Hi, this is Josue Sanchez, and this is my LTEC 5210 project, Writing with Blogs and Parent Communication with Band. A little bit about my client's requests. My client was the Ed Cauchosa High School, and the principal wanted to develop a way to encourage writing using technology. She felt that there was a lack of opportunity for students to write constructively outside of their English classes. And by incorporating technology, we might find a better way to highlight opportunities for students to write outside of the English classroom. She also wanted to strengthen communication between parents and school. So it was important that we found an application that could be web-based, could be smartphone friendly, that parents and teachers could use to communicate back and forth. Teachers will be trained in creating writing assessments using blogs, and the high school administration and teachers from all subject areas will be attending this training. Like I mentioned before, we know that students write in their English classes, but outside of English, I think there's lots of opportunities for students to write. For example, in physics class, a student could create a writing blog that highlights the different experiments and their experience in that class. The teacher can use that feedback to self-evaluate, to allow students to express themselves, and to kind of, allow for the student to be creative in a different way. This is going to be a blended learning training and will be done hopefully in person, if not remotely, at the beginning of the school year. I firmly believe that preparation is the secret to success. So my approach to design was to highlight the teacher's abilities in the classroom right now. For example, we have some great science department teachers, and I wanted to give them a way to incorporate writing to enhance their lessons and not give them another lesson that they have to do. So I know we have a really good biology teacher, and the students come in to my classroom and tell me about the experiments that they do in that biology classroom. Well, I would love for that biology teacher to have the ability to create a writing blog for their students to share these, highlights and their excitement about learning. And I think that through the use of multimedia, we can even incorporate videos to the blog and photos. And now a simple writing assignment has gone beyond just paper and pen, and we're teaching kids how to do, multimedia production and to work at a level that's going to help them improve their job opportunities later, and perhaps maybe show that you can still do writing in a science class. I also wanted to make communication more social between the teacher and the parent, and not in the sense that we lose the professionalism between teacher and parent and student, but can we make use of social media design and some of the layouts that we find in, for example, Facebook, Instagram, through a communication app? And the Band app does allow for that same style of communication to be delivered. And so by teaching the teachers how to use the Band app, we can already anticipate that parents will have familiarity with it because of the things that it asks of the user and the interfaces that it does have. It's very social media-like, and I feel strongly that if we implement this Band communication app, that our parent communication will improve. Here are some of the samples from the training. Writing with blogs. This right here is going to be the training presentation It walks the teachers through how to set up a blog, how to create an assessment, a writing assessment for a blog, and how to design rubrics. Right here, this band communication, throughout the presentation and the training, the band app will be used for the instructor and the participants to communicate back and forth. And so there's different built-in assessments to make sure the teacher feels comfortable with using the band app. Here we have an example of what the teacher's writing blog might look like. I've entitled mine the new interactive notebook. Interactive notebooks are something that we use in the English classroom, and I do know that some other subjects do. History makes use of interactive notebooks. And so what I want to try to sell to the teachers is I'm not asking them to do something new. I'm just offering a better way to deliver that same assessment. We're going to move away from paper and pen, and now we're incorporating technology. So instead of doing the cutouts with construction paper for your interactive notebook, you're asking students to design a multimedia presentation, perhaps a video, and then write 2 to 3 paragraphs about that experience. So we're really hitting on different levels of assessment and creation through the interactive notebook. And the last thing I have is the course evaluation. It's important for me as the designer to see where did I fail in my design and how can I make it better. I really do believe in talking with my client and the feedback that I've gotten from my peer throughout this course that there's something special here. And I think we need to have that evaluation so that we can move forward and help the students ultimately learn how to interact and create using technology. Implementation. Now there is a strong possibility that we will be working remotely for the majority of this year. So it's important that we establish writing routines that allow for kids to use technology. So at the very beginning of the year, when this training happens, we'll establish the routines for writing using blogs. The other thing is the implementation of the band app for parent communication. Because remote learning is vital to the safety of the parents, the students, and the kids, and all the shareholders, I believe that having a strong communication will make this whole situation manageable, but not only manageable, successful. We learned a lot from the first time we went to remote learning in the spring, and the communication was lacking. I believe if we have a better communication platform, and BAN does provide for that, we will have better success in this remote learning. Now during the year, what will happen is as the students write, they're creating a writing portfolio. I want the teachers to track how do the students develop as writers? Do they have an easier time? Do they notice that their writing style has improved? And all of that can be tracked using rubrics. And ultimately, at the end of the year, the students will turn in their complete writing portfolio. And this is something that the students can take with them the following year up until their senior year and have a whole documentation of their writing evolution. Parent communication will also be tracked using parent feedback, participation. Are we seeing that more parents are communicating with teachers because it's an easier app than, for example, a parent phone call or an email? And I think that's one of the beauty of Band App. It allows for this social media-like participation. And then at the end of the year, I want to have follow-up interviews with the client so that we can find out how these two technologies were helpful and what could we do better moving forward to the next year. This will be done during the Professional Learning Development Week, and like I said, we're hoping to do it face-to-face. but there's a strong possibility we might have to implement this training using Zoom or Google Meets. I'd like to thank all of you for your attention and wish you all the best in this coming school year. Those of you that are educators, thank you, Professor, for everything that you've taught, and I wish all of you safety and happiness as you move forward. Thank you.